All right, so I have a 5-star review today of course, Mall of America. My review is actually from Yelp. My review is written by an elite reviewer, wouldn't you know it? The elite reviewer's name is Foxy. Okay? Fox.
Capital E.
Capital E.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna dive right in. Here we go. Not to be confused with an arrogant American male. Not to be confused with an arrogant American man, male of America, with a USPS package, male of America, and an unimpressive trouser snake, small of America.
What?
The Mall of America has sacred and distant memories for me from when I first visited here 20 years ago as a tiny little teenager. I also may or may not have fornicated with a very wild and adventurous girlfriend on one of the stairwells as the mall at the... Okay. Sorry. I also may or may not have fornicated with a very wild and adventurous girlfriend on the stairwells at the mall at the time. Not Barbie. She wasn't even in her teens yet at that time. Gasp.
What?
But let's move on to the modern times.
What?
Not to be confused with a drug smuggler. Mule of America. Looking for dinner, meal of America,
What?
and a fight, brawl of America.
Oh my God.
It has 4 levels that I know of. It needs to get on my level, and probably a lot more. But it also incredibly vast and endless on each level. Any one of these levels by itself would be one of the biggest malls around. So we're not talking about a structure that is more tall than it is wide or long. It's insanely wide and long, like my ego.
Oh my God.
To the extent that walking around any one of the levels will take a pretty damn long time and give you a workout. Sort of like a cheat sheet for math class. Not to be confused with a Breaking Bad spinoff, Better Call Saul of America.
Oh my God.
A Pink Floyd album, The Wall of America.
No!
And a delicious Mexican dish,
No.
Mole of America. So basically, what I'm saying is the scale of this thing is absolutely enormous. It can't really be described. It's not just the biggest mall I've ever been to. It's bigger than the next 10 malls I've ever been to. And don't get me started on all the amusement rides and roller coasters that exist here. I guess this is what America is all about. It's incredibly fun to wander around, and I think it's probably the most ambitious mall on earth. Not to be confused with my girlfriend, Doll of America,
Oh my God.
who likes to crush things under her pleasures, Balls of America. Make guys come over to her on their hands and knees, Crawl of America, and physically dominate people for lots of money, Mall of America.
What?
Yes. That was my response to reading it. Like, I don't even know what device Foxy was using here. Like,
Yeah, is that a pun? It's not a pun because you're just changing. What is that? Wordplay?
it's annoying. Like, I feel like based on this review at all, they should revoke Foxy's elite status.
Yeah, they're elite?
They are elite. Isn't that insane?
Do you think Fox? First of all,
what is the review?
I guess I'm sexist, but
Okay.
I just assumed that Foxy would not be a straight man.
Okay, maybe I should have mentioned that. So, again, it's really funny. Foxy's photograph kind of reminds me of Bruce's, but he's obviously much younger and much more cocky. But it's also like a headshot where he kind of has his hands crossed and he's holding his shoulder and looking straight to camera. A black and white headshot.
Is there a glamour shots in the Mall of America? Do those even exist anymore?
I think they do some places.
Okay, I'm just really confused by all of that because like for a while there I thought I was just going to be like, okay, I don't understand what happened in the beginning, but then they picked back up with it. So
correct, yeah.
I also felt like constantly saying it's not this, it's not that, it's not, made me think like, wait, this is a 5-star review? Until we sort of got to the end where it was like, this is the biggest mall I've ever seen. It's the biggest in the last 10 I've ever seen. So then I was like, okay, so like wait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was very confused. Okay, when they used the word fornication on the steps, did they then go in to say that the girl wasn't even a teenager yet at the time of the fornication?
Again, like there were so many bad jokes in here. It was hard for me to like even try to deliver them all so completely valid that you were confused. They were saying something along the lines of like, they may or may not have fornicated and had wild adventures with a girlfriend in the stairwell at the mall at the time. And then they're saying that the girlfriend was not Barbie, like the Barbie doll, I guess. Mm-hmm. And that like that Barbie wasn't even in her teens yet at the time. Gasp. Like, what is that? Is that a joke about 20 years? Like, is the Barbie 35 years old now? Like, I don't know. It's just,
because wasn't Barbie
There's so much
in the
cringe.
50s?
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what they're getting at with that, amongst other things.
There's a lot of sex in this review.
So much.
Like the trouser snake.
overt.
I've never heard that phrase, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, I actually had to look it up. I'm not even gonna lie, because I was
really?
small of America. Like, what does that even mean? And then when I looked up trouser snake and found out that it was like, you know, the male private part.
But then even
I was like, oh, the unimpressive, like small of America.
But then even a few sentences later where they say long and wide, like my, does it say ... ego?
It does.
Okay. Yeah. Why is Foxy so obsessed with talking about their penis size in this review?
Well, to be fair, their name is Foxy.
Do foxes have big penises?
No, like the word Foxy, Foxy, like
I know, but this
Foxy,
is Foxy,
like
Fox.
right. But I feel like with all the puns that are happening in this stupid, I'm sorry, Foxy, with all the puns that are happening in this friggin' review, I'm sure Foxy named himself Foxy for a reason.
Well, do you think that Fox's parents named them Fox, or do you think this is a clever username?
I think this is a username exclusively.
I don't think I know anyone named Fox.
I mean, I don't hate the name. Like, again, like it's not a bad name, but like when your username is Foxy and then like your review is Foxy, it's so in the nose, the whole thing. I almost didn't read this review because I was like, there's really no value here in terms of, oh, let me hear about why this is a good mall to go to or a good place to visit when you go to Minnesota. Like, there's nothing of use here. It's really just a very strange personal narrative essay. So I don't know. I almost didn't bring it in, but then I was like, it's so ridiculous. He's so ridiculous. We need to talk about it.
Well, yes, I agree. There's no value in this review other than recognizing that you could maybe or maybe not have sex in the stairwells, like in the private, I guess there's private stairs somewhere. I don't know. So that's like, maybe that's exclusive to
Insider
this review.
tip. Yeah.
What is Foxy's spelling and grammar like?
They did have one mistake, which I read.
See, that makes me even more uncomfortable that they did.
What do you mean?
That they did they reviewed this before they hit submit, because it doesn't make any sense.
There's no question in there was a small copy editing error. I can't even find it now. I read it when I was reading it. But yeah, no, the Foxy clearly, read, did rewrites, maybe Googled for some more puns, maybe did a little focus group to find even more puns. Like, I don't know. Like, there was a lot of effort put in this review. And I think the thing that makes me the most angry about it is it's so transparent. I understand that, like, clearly this entire podcast is based on online reviews, and I understand that there's like a whole niche of people like us who like to read these kind of reviews, but there's something that bothers me when I can so clearly tell that Foxy is just writing this review so that he'll get the most like funnies or whatever. Like, he'll get the most. I mean, there were 25 people that found it funny, 39 people who found it useful, and 33 people who found it cool. Those numbers are like a little bit disturbing, but like, I don't know. I just thought he was trying so hard and it got so old so quickly. The joke.
It makes me feel like Foxy even says, get on my level. I don't even know.
What is your level?
I don't know what the level, like, I don't even understand where this review was like, I don't even know what was said to me other than like, how can I rhyme the word mall?
1000%. That's how I felt when I got to I'm like, I don't even know, again, other than to go on, pick something that that a lot of people are going to look up, write something that's absolutely ridiculous that's going to get you attention. I don't know what the purpose of this review is. I don't think there's anything. I mean, gross. I was going to say, I don't think there's anything truthful in this. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know if Foxy has a girlfriend or not. I don't know if he fornicated or not. Like, I don't trust Foxy here. And it also has nothing to do with Mall of America. Like, I'm glad they had one small paragraph where they were like, it's bigger than all the other malls. Right. It's like something you got to go to. But other than that, why are you here, Foxy? Why are you here?
Yeah.
Who invited you?
Because now I'm not sure. Like, is it shady because they're not contributing, or like, I don't even know if they're truthful or shady because it's so incoherent.
Exactly. Like, what do you think of the, like, is that a thing? Like, is that a writing style to like pick up where you left off after each paragraph? I'm going to share this with Patreon just so you can see like what it looks like. Okay. Do you guys see this? So, like, literally sandwiched in between every single paragraph is one of these ridiculous lines.
Oh. They're all parenthetical.
Correct. Almost. I mean, they're not actually written. The definitions are written in parentheticals, but like, it's almost like a parenthetical because we're separating it from we're using it as like a border for each one of our paragraphs.
Also, they attached 10 photos.
Yes.
Okay.
So all just of the mall, like nothing like weird. That's why I feel like Foxy hacked the system or something with Yelp.
Like, yeah.
Like, I feel like Yelp must have a thing because they obviously can't just spend all day trolling through the reviews. Who would ever do something like that, Yeah. Obviously, they can't spend all that time doing that. So they maybe have some sort of algorithm where it's like, if you're writing X number of views that are in X amount of length with, this many photos attached, I think that's how you receive elite reviewer status. Because if you were just looking at this review and not really going deep into it, you would think, oh, Foxy had a lot to say about this. Maybe, and he's an elite reviewer. Maybe this is a review that I want to read. Like, it does like draw you in if you're not actually looking at the words.
Yeah, but then it's even like they did put a lot of effort into this for it to be just a dummy. Like, was this just to fill their quota in order to become elite? Like, did they just...
I think so.
Right, but it still is very detailed. I mean, I think this is totally like an atypical experience because I don't even understand. Like, unless maybe teenagers... I did see in some reviews that unaccompanied minors like are not allowed at the mall after like 4 p.m. or 7 p.m. on Saturdays. There's like some rule. But like, maybe people hook up there. I think like people always like to hold hands like at the mall. That's like a thing, or it was.
Yes.
But like I was not entertained by this. I was annoyed by this.
Correct. I was immediately so annoyed by Foxy. I was not into it at all. I didn't think it was funny. In fact, when I was reading it, I'll be honest, I was getting like flashbacks to being at really bad open mics in LA when we would have all these guys, like just like a Foxy type guy get up and do this stuff. And you're just like, oh, please get off the stage. Like, I can't listen to this.
So is there
anything else to say?
Yeah, is there like any impact about the Mall of America for you on this?
No. Like, again, I have been to the Mall of America. As you mentioned, I was doing a show. I was on tour with a show at the Walker. And so we would just go to the Mall of America literally like for lunch just to go to the food court because I love a good food court moment. And I really only hung out at the amusement park area because that is sort of near where the food court is. And I don't know, like it's worth going to, he's not wrong in saying, check it out. Like I agree with the sentiment of it's worth going. At least it was when I went, several years ago. So I don't think they're being not truthful in the review part where they talk about it being the biggest mall and bigger than anything you ever saw. And there is like a lot of excitement there was for me with the amusement rides and roller coasters. Like it is very cool to imagine being a kid and going to a mall that like basically had Disneyland, like in the middle of it. So that, I'm glad that they at least mention that because that's a big part of it. So in that sense, they're being truthful, but like throughout, clearly they're being shady. And what's the point? Like,
I don't know.
That's what I'm left with is like, why do I care?
I think I can crown Foxy.
Me too. Let's do it.
All right. So Chelsey and I each have our own set of 1 to 5 crown cards. In an effort to be fair and not influence one another, we will simultaneously reveal our ratings.
The queens are tabulating. Total score.
Half crown, half crown. That's what I figured. All right, Trey, let us know why you gave Foxy a half crown.
Well, we have, beginning with Natalie's episode, we have introduced these 0 crowns.
Yes.
Which took us 38 episodes to do. But
yes.
I want to be a little stringent on like I guess I don't know. I said half crown because at least they have like a thesaurus and like a dictionary, like they have a rhyming dictionary, like
sure.
I don't know. Like there's part of me that is just completely turned off. I feel like they did cheat the Yelp system to like write a bunch of reviews possibly. Like that's all speculation, but I don't know. Half crown because I could go there and maybe have public sex. Like, not that that's something I want, but I'm saying that's the only thing of value inside of this review.
Sure.
I mean, Foxy. Also, and I feel like it made me check, why do I think that Foxy is a word only used to describe females? I appreciate that Foxy is a male, and they're taking on
quite
the
foxy
definition of Foxy. So that's why I said half crown. Why did you say half crown?
Yeah, I mean, I really toiled in my mind with going with a 0 crown here. I did the half crown because I mean, maybe this is a dumb reason, but there were clearly some people that thought it was funny and useful and cool and got some sort of value out of it. And for that reason, I threw them a half crown because there was some attempt at humor. And, you know, I like at least an attempt, but I didn't like anything in the substance of what Foxy came up with. So I obviously couldn't give them more than a half crown. And that's
Fair.
it.
Oh my gosh, what a weird find. Good
Right?
job.
Thank you.
Like
What a
a
crazy
vault.
review.
All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will hear the flip side of this review.
Oh my God, I can't wait. Love it. BRB.
BRBZ.